Hey, today I'm going to walk you through the Digital Design Studio by Hey Squirrel. You can find this studio over at heysquirrel.net, and yeah, let me show you what all is inside. You'll see these three apps at the top are highlighted purple, so that means they are ready to use and available. And if you scroll down, you'll get to see what is coming soon. And there may be more goodies coming soon too. So let's start by walking through the seamless pattern maker. And I'm just going to go real quick. I'm not going to do a full detailed version of this just yet. I will walk through each one individually and make separate videos. But for right now, I just want you to see what this can do, to see if this is a tool that you think that you would need. Okay, in the Seamless Pattern Maker, you'll see up here you have a place where you can add your images, and you'll click this, and then you'll go to where your clip art is saved and just click on it and open it, and it will pop it into the design screen. Oh, let me move so you can see. Okay. This is what it looks like when you upload your clip art. One of each of your clip art images will automatically be uploaded into the blank slate canvas, which you can see here. And you can see it's highlighted in purple, so that means that's the one you're using. And in the blank slate canvas, you can come up here and choose your background. If you want white, solid color, an image for a background, you would just click that, and you can upload. You can upload another image that would be your background, or you can choose a color, or just keep it white or transparent. And I'm just going to keep it on transparent so we can see what we're doing. Okay, over here you'll see all of the preset options. We have random scatter, which just kind of scatters them around, tossed, tight scatter, uniform grid, uniform brick, uniform diagonal, dense grid, and dense stagger. And with these presets, you can get even more customization out of them by using the sliders up here. If you notice, underneath the slider name, it will tell you which of the presets can be used with it. So spacing's uniformed only, which would be these three. Item size, which would just adjust the sizing of the images, would be for all of the presets. And then item count would be the scatter presets only. We'll add more items to it. So I'm just going to pick this one, and then I'm going to change the size a little bit. Okay, and then once you have that up, once you pick a preset or a blank slate, you can then move the items around on your screen. Everything's clickable, movable. You can turn it, you can adjust it, you can come down here, you can make the a little more transparent by adjusting the opacity. You can also rotate and size them down here, but I like the little grabbers. You can duplicate an item, you can delete items, you can click and delete other items. And yeah, you can pretty much customize this however you want. And if you notice, it also has the edges to where wherever you drag, it will drag on the other side. That way it keeps your pattern seamless whenever you go to print it. And speaking of that, let me just click another reset option here. And okay, so you see this is the single tile that we have just made. And if you click this, you can view what it will look like as a pattern, as like a larger print pattern. You can go in and change that around too. And you can also use the sliders while it's on the larger pattern size. The pattern preview can also be adjusted over here. You can go 4 times, up to 6 times to see what it will look like. 2 times. But this is your tile, and then this is your pattern. So when you export, you can either export your tile, which would be this, or you can export a 3x3 sheet, which would look like this 3 times. That'd be 3 by 3. And then you can choose your export size. If you're doing wallpaper or something that's going to be printed very large, you would want to do 3000 pixels. If you're just doing alpha sets or something, the 1000 pixels would be plenty. So then you would just click export tile and it will automatically save it for you. Okay, and then that will automatically save it to wherever your downloads save, and if you pull it up you can see this is the tile that I exported and this is the sheet that I exported, and these will have and these will both be transparent backgrounds because I didn't put a background on them. And you can see I did the 1000 pixels, which would print great at up to 13 inches. So if you want to do something bigger than 13 inches, you will want to do the 2000 or 3000 pixels. And that is the Seamless Pattern Maker overview. Let's go back to our dashboard. Let me show you another app. Okay, so now we're back at the dashboard and let's walk through the font filler app. Just click on it and it will take you to the font filler. Okay, step 1, you're going to choose your letters. You can choose from a folder of letters, and that would just pull in, oh, my face is in the way again. You would just click on your folder and click upload, and it would say, do you want to upload 27 files to the site? And you say, yes, I do. And it just pulls in your base letters. To upload a regular font, you're just going to click on this upload OTF or TTF font, and it does have to be a font type that is OTF or TTF. The web fonts won't work. So let me find a font. Okay, just pick any TTF font you have. I'm going to try this one. You just want to make sure that you do have permission to make alpha sets if you're going to sell them from the original owner of the font. You can't just go pick any font and start making alpha sets with it because you could get in trouble. So just make sure you have permission. So then once you have your font here, you're just going to click generate characters, and it's going to generate numbers, letters, and symbols. It's not going to generate like flourishes or any extra glyphs that has in there. It's just going to be the basic numbers, basic punctuation, and letters, A to Z. Okay, let me move my face again. And so the next step is add your outline. And if you have uploaded a font, you're most likely going to have to auto-generate your outlines because you're not going to have those files in a folder. But if you have a base folder of letters and you also have matching outlines, then you can upload that in a folder. But you'll have to make sure the names match, like A in your base folder and A in your outline folder. So I'm just going to auto-generate the outlines, and you can also auto-generate outlines on any uploaded PNG file that you have. And when you click on auto-generate the outline, it's going to give you the option to adjust the thickness, to position the inset, or position it as an offset, or just do it as an outline. And you're going to be able to adjust the amount of inset or the amount of offset you want, and it's just changing the line. And you'll notice it's not adding a line to all these just yet, but it will. So then you can scroll on down to where we're going to add our patterns and colors, and you have the fill letters, and you have fill outlines, but that's only if you had uploaded outlines. You would fill them here. And the generated outline you can fill with a color or pattern here. So I'm just going to upload some patterns. So you will click on the upload fill patterns and then select them from your computer. Okay, so you're going to select your patterns and then click open, and you will see it automatically just puts the first one in there. So you can choose whichever pattern you wanted, and then you can scale it. You can rotate the pattern. You can change the opacity of the pattern. And you can also change the hue of the pattern to get a couple of different looks. For right now, I'm just going to keep this one purple, the purple dots. And then I'm going to go on down, and if I had uploaded an outline, this is where I would upload the pattern or change the colors of that. But since I generated one, I will be using this menu. Then you can either change the color of the outline or you can upload a pattern. And I think I'm going to upload a pattern for this one. Just pick a pattern. Okay, I've done the red glitter, and I want to just that little sparkly line down. I think I'm going to go back up and make that a little bit thicker so you can see it better. There we go. Okay, next is customize, and if you wanted to add any images or anything to this, like some flowers or some hearts or something, you could. Let me just add a heart real quick. You just click on it and then go to your clip art and just upload your image or images. You can put more than one, it's not just one. And then you'll click the accent and you can add it to your image. Okay. And then once we get to that, we have effects. And here you can either add an offset, which the offset's white so you can't see it, but that would put an offset around your whole image. Or you can add a drop shadow. You can do a hard shadow, and you can adjust the direction on the shadows. You can do a 3D effect, and you can change the color of the 3D effect. You can also change the color of the shadows too. We have a distressed overlay, which would just give it a little distressed look to it. And then there is just this little glitter shine overlay, which just adds some little sparkles to it. I think I'm going to do the hard shadow on this one. And then you'll notice everything in here is clickable and movable. You can move the outline if you wanted it just like a little off center and not quite on the image, or not quite on the letter. And you can move the accents. Okay, and then when you get it like you want it, just come up here and click apply preview settings to all, and then it's going to put these same settings on every letter of the alphabet. And you'll notice wherever your accent clip arts were is where they'll show up on all of the letters and numbers and symbols. And then now you can go back and you can like individually move things around, change things on each little individual artboard. And then whenever you get it looking like you want, you can either, like if I'm clicked on this box, I can export just this number or letter, or you can export the full set and you can just tell it what to name it. You can choose the size of your letters that you're exporting. I'm going to keep it at 1,000 pixels. And then you just click download zip, and it's going to build your whole zip folder for you and download it. And you've got the toolbar showing you when it's complete. You can also, one thing I forgot to mention is you can change the backgrounds of these as you are working, on them. But all of the letters are going to be saved with a transparent background. But this will just show you kind of like if you were working on something that was supposed to be used on dark colors, you would see what it would look like and you'd be like, maybe I need to change that drop shadow to a different color or something. And then the checkerboard is kind of just what a transparent image is usually on, gives you that idea. And then you can see what it looks like on white. And yeah, and that is the font filler app. So let's go back to the dashboard and do a quick walkthrough of the Alpha Set Mockup Maker app. Okay, let me get out of the way here. Okay, so when you open the Alpha Set Mockup Maker, you are going to still have your artboard, and you've got menu items on each side, and we're going to start by uploading your alpha files here. You'll select either a folder or individual files. So I'm just going to select a folder, and I've got that saved here, and you'll see in this one I have 6 different folders that all contain letters A to Z, and I'm just going to select the entire output folder. That way it will upload everything. It says, do you want to upload 163 files? I'm going to click yes, I do. And it's going to pull my sets up here. And you'll see it has, oh, I had extra stuff in the folder that it just made a folder for. Well, we won't need that. But it had uploaded all of my 6 folders of alpha sets. So now we are in preview mode, and you can either click the ABC, which it automatically defaults to that, and it just puts the letters ABC of each pattern here. You can choose Alpha Set, which just says Alpha Set, or you can choose Custom, and you can just type whatever you want it to say. And let me show you. You'll notice if I try to type lowercase, none of mine had lowercase, so it won't type that. But if you had lowercase in your letters, it would type that. You can also do multiple lines, not just one. Okay, so you can type 2 or 3 lines of text here. I think I'm just going to go back to the Alpha Set option, where it just says Alpha Set. And you'll notice you've got letter height, which will make your letters larger or smaller. And you've got letter spacing, which you can make them closer together. So I'm going to do that. And then if you click on the letters, you can also adjust them that way. You can move them around, you can make them larger or smaller, or whatever you would like. Now we're going to go to background. You can either change the background color, or you can upload a background image if you already had your background that you use for mock-ups. I'm just going to use a color. I'm going to do like a lot blue for this one so we can see. Okay, and then after you set your background and your background color, then you can go to logo and upload your logo. And you just select it from your computer, and then you can adjust the size. You can adjust the what is that? The angle, I guess. And you can adjust the opacity over here. Okay, everything on the screen is clickable and movable. And let me move my face. And now we'll go over to this side where you can choose your canvas height, which right now it's a kind of a weird height. I'm going to change it to a square. And you'll see it kind of moved all my things around. So you may want to do the canvas size first. Alright, let me adjust the letters. You can make this canvas any size if you do square mock-ups, or if you do rectangle mock-ups, just adjust the width and the height. Now you'll know that you can add text. Just click on title and it will pull in a text box. You can adjust the size of your text box, and then just click on it and you can type whatever you would want. I'm going to do purple alpha. You can name this whatever you want. This is just for your title for your mock-up. You can change the sizing here, or you can use the sliders. You can also change the angle if you wanted to. And then you can also change the font. You can pick any of these preloaded fonts. I do have the option of uploading your font coming up in a future release, but right now it's just the preloaded ones. So I'm going to pick this one, and then I'm going to add a subtitle, which is just a little bit smaller text. I'm going to put it down here, and there we go. So then when you get your text typed out and everything laid out like you want, you can also add a watermark if you are someone who likes watermarks on their images. And it defaults at copyright my shop, but you could put your website, which if you are doing watermarks, I highly recommend you watermark with your website. That way it's not just a deterrent for people to have to remove the watermark. It is also serving a purpose that will send people your way. Then when you click on brick the watermark, it puts the watermark pattern up here, and you can adjust the spacing of the watermark and the opacity of the watermark. And you can adjust the color if you wanted a colored watermark. Then when you get everything like you want it, you just click export PNG, and it will export your completed mock-up of your alpha set. Now I know this one looks kind of plain, but you can zhuzh it up as much or as less as you want. Okay, and the good thing is once you have this set up, no matter how many files you brought, if you brought in 30 folders or 20 folders, you can just click through and it will automatically change the letters. So then you just click export and then go to the next one, click export, go to the next one and click export, and so on. And then that way you're creating mock-ups pretty quickly. Okay, that is just a quick walkthrough of the new Design Studio, and I am really excited because I've got so much planned for this, and I cannot wait for y'all to see everything once it's complete. Alright, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions. Bye!